Hello, my name is Carmen Bruni.
And I'm Bernard Conrad.
And in this video, we're going to talk about our flagging system, or our peer review system as well. And that's what really sets the wiki apart from any sort of paper-based application, or any sort of paper-based version of this. So to start, we're on, again, our Math 437 page, our December 2006 exam. We've already uploaded all of our content, but now we need to go through our peer review process. Okay, so now we see there's these flags down here: CQ, CH, CS, RQ, QB, Q. What are all these things? Okay. So in order to find this out, we're going to go to our contributors guide. So the contributors guide you can access from our portal page. For now, we're just going to save a bit of time. Just go straight there. And here we're going to see the status flags. Okay.
Exactly. So in this table of flags is how we organize our peer review. And initially, so this is composed of two components. One is the kind of request that we ask our peer reviewers to perform, and then the second letter is what does it refer to. So it can either refer to a question statement indicated with a Q, or a hint or a solution or a tag, and we can ask for content needs to come here. So either the question is not there entirely, or it needs, or a statement or something not there entirely.
That's the default.
Or we added content but now ask for review. That would be indicated by the first R. Or content is there, I reviewed it, but it needs to be improved. That would be indicated by QB. Or the quality is good and it's done. That means we indicate it with a QG.
That's right. Okay. Good. Yes, that is the flagging system. So where do these flags go? Where do they? How do I flag a question? So let's go back to our exam. So now we're back on the 437 page. Let's go to question 1. Okay. So this is the question that we originally typed up. We've already tagged it. We've already written all the contents. So now let's go. Oh, so maybe I should have. Okay. So you go to the edit page. So you go to the main question page and you click on edit. Okay.
Yeah, because this will be the status of this question itself. So all the tags actually, all the flags and tags, all of this go on this.
The main question page. That's right. Okay. So here's where we put that tag in. Okay. So here now you see here are our flags. So CQ, CH, CS, and CT, right? Because when a page gets loaded, all the content needs to be added. We've added all of this content, so now we one at a time change them all to R's. So, and then keep in mind, if you forget the table, it is here in the comments, right? So content to add, review, quality bad, quality good, question statement, hint, solution, tag. Here they all are. So now that this is here, we can click on save. And when we save it, what will happen is, so that'll load over here. We're going to go over here. So here it says we have C777 and the 111. So now if we hit refresh, these should change to 2s, and these will be at 6s. And there we are. So question 1 is now on the review slot. Question CQ, all the other ones have content added. That's not quite true though. They're all added. We just need to update the flags now.
So this way, a reviewer who wants to review this or work on this exam can immediately see what is there as to-dos.
That's right. And then when you go to the portal page, this updates our RQ, RH, and RS flags. So people who want to contribute can come here and be like, oh, these questions need reviews, or I'll do that. And that'll be my contribution. Okay, so now that this is done, let's show the other side of the process, the QG part of it, or the QB part. Okay. So find all values of A for which the congruence says.
So we now look at the question number 2, which has been added and has been flagged for review. So we are now in the role of a reviewer of somebody else's content.
So the first thing is we have to review the questions. So in order to do that, we need the exam open. So let's open the exam up. Hopefully. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so find all values of A for which the congruence has integer solutions. Okay, that looks okay. The mod doesn't render that well in LaTeX. Actually, it really doesn't render well in any LaTeX, but that's fine. So the review question's okay. Alright, so now let's review the hints. The general strategy for this problem is to evaluate the values of the value of x to the 6th of all integers between their Okay. Note that 31 is 32 minus 1, so evaluating a power as a 6 should be fairly straightforward. Or evaluating a power as a 2 should be very straightforward, that's true. For the other values, try to swap between x and its negation to help with its computation. Okay. And computer for some small values of primes, then do this along with hint 2 to immediately calculate this for all such values. Okay, so now let's look at the solution. So the solution here is pretty extensive. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Let's just go with the fact that let's assume that this is good, and we'll go from here. Remember, it's not a huge deal if it's not good, because again, this can get continually peer reviewed, so it can get changed later if we need to. But for now, let's say that the solution is good. Okay. So if we're doing that, then we go to edit again at the top of the question page, and we change these R flags to QG flags. So QG, QG, QG.
This last flag that you changed refers to the tags.
So you actually do have to check these tags down here. So the two tags here are modular arithmetic and Diophantine equation. Okay, that sounds reasonable based on what we just saw. There's some modular arithmetic there, and there's definitely a Diophantine equation. So the tags are good. So solution, hint, question, and then the tags are in here. All of this good.
So if one of these would have been not sufficient, you could do two things. You could change this to QB, which would then flag it for a second review or for the initial person who added the content to make changes. Or you just go ahead and implement the change yourself.
That's right.
And leave the review flag up.
That's right. So you shouldn't review your own questions. I mean,
the system will not stop you from doing this.
Right, but you shouldn't. Morally, you shouldn't. I mean, it's possible, though, that you will, like, you write a solution and then 7 months later you read it and you forgot that you wrote it. That's possible, and that happens every once in a while. But for the most part, you shouldn't review questions that you wrote. This is kind of bad because I'm pretty sure, I did write this question. So I shouldn't be reviewing my own question. But for now, let's just...
this is a demonstration.
Let's demo it, yeah. Okay, so again.
So we now also see that now that the question is labeled as good, a couple of things actually happen. When the question is labeled as done, which it is when it says quality is good, then these tags will show up, and the question will also show up on the overview page of all the tags, because we don't want to guide students to questions that are not done yet, even if they are tagged accordingly.
That's right. I can also vote on the problem too. So again, contributors can vote on the difficulty of the problem. For the most part, you shouldn't.
Yeah, let the students vote.
Let the students vote. That's right.
If you review a question and you think an important part is missing, or you just want to discuss the solution or have a question about the solution, you can start a new discussion in the discussion tab, and that will then also can be part of your review process to add a comment here.
That's right. Now this is something that should be done if the solution is bad, because you should tell somebody else why the solution is bad, perhaps the first editor, whomever. So if you cube add a solution, or cube add a hint, or cube add a question, start a discussion and explain why. And then the other person will read it, or somebody will read it and be like, okay, this is what's wrong, and then they'll fix it. Keep in mind that these discussions do come up in the portal page, so you can quickly see which discussions are new, and you can go to those questions immediately. So that should take care of most of that. And I guess we'll do the one last thing. So suppose we've gone through all 8 questions. We've marked them all. They're all QG good. Exam's good to go. There's one last thing that you want to do, and that is you want to go back to the main page. So once all of these are QGQ, or Q quality good, QG, then you're going to come back into here, go to the edit, and you're going to change the IP flag to QG flag.
Yeah, so this follows the same idea that we have in progress and completed exams, and QG is the flag that we use for complete exams. So then it will show up on the front page as complete, and it will also render a little bit differently for the students and for the contributors as well.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, This is just the final icing on the cake.
We won't do that here because the
Hey.
exam is not done.
Because we're not done. So we'll just leave it like that. I think that's everything, right? Have I missed anything?
That's it.
Okay. So that ends the main discussion for how to add content to the wiki. So once you get to this point, that's it. You've from start to finish, from no course to completed exam, and you've stayed within sort of our restrictions, I guess I should say. So once you have all this done, I mean, you can go and freely add content to the wiki basically in any exam you want.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for watching and listening. We might do a couple more videos just to sort of show some additional features, such as uploading pictures or doing things like this.
These are the main pieces you need to.
That's right. For the most part, this should get you, I'd say, 90% of all exam or content solution stuff related. Okay, thank you very much.